remember how this thing works. I haven't used a GoPro in a long time. I'm using the Canon. Here we are. I have to excuse my silence for a while. It's been busy. Been busy. I've been cleaning up in here to a point where I can get a wood stove in, which I picked up yesterday. That will go in that corner. And I really have to evaluate what comes here first. I'm quite a ways away from my things, and motorhome doesn't get good mileage. None of them do. So, you know, it's I'm trying to minimize how many runs I have to make. So it's important what comes here first and where it goes. I don't have that much. I'm just trying to be ahead of it all. This is probably a crappy update. I should probably do this over again. We'll do this over again. Go. Hooray! He's gonna do it over again. There. Now that I got my head pulled out of my ass, here we are. Wood stove's gonna go over there. Lift is gonna go where John Deere's sitting. And my plans are, my tools go there. You know, it's central in the shop. Bike storage here. Well, not bike storage. I need a place to put my own freaking bikes. And I got a couple friends or so that, geez, they still want me to service their bikes really, really bad. So they're gonna let me do that. And I'm gonna film what I do. There's hardly ever a car that goes by here. I get like maybe 10 cars a day. Can you imagine? I think the traffic past my old place was in the neighborhood of 18,000 cars a day or some foolishness. It was an endless sea of motor vehicles back and forth from 4 a.m. to 2 a.m. every freaking day. Ugh. How's a guy supposed to think with all of that shit going on and living next to a fire station that, you know, they love, they can't have their sirens on enough? Oof. It's quiet here. We don't have a fire department here. We don't have a police department here. There's no Department of Public Works here. It's peaceful. There aren't many people here. You'll see the improvement in my life by spending time here reflected in my videos. I hope. I'm certainly in a much better frame of mind than in that congested shithole we just escaped from. So here we are in the shop, and my plans will be, as I service my own and the friends I've mentioned machines, I will video this work and explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and if I'm doing some mundane task that I've covered ad nauseum before, then I'm gonna babble about other shit about BMWs or life or whatever's tumbling out of my freaking head at the time. You guys want real stuff, I give you real stuff. You know, some you can skip over the boring parts and do what you want. I'm not holding a gun to your head making you watch. I had somebody comment the other day, I don't appreciate your language. It's like, what the fuck? You know, I couldn't watch this with kids in the room. Go fuck yourself. It's like going to a fucking movie theater, getting allowed into the theater for free, sitting down watching the movie and going, geez, I don't like the language of these actors, and you know, and complaining about it. You didn't pay nothing for it. Nobody made you go. I didn't make you watch my fucking video. Jesus. And you know, it's not many people. I get maybe 1, 2 whiners a year bitching about language. But the funny thing is, I get almost 100. That's an exaggeration. There's 40 or 50 a year. They go, hooray, I love your language. You're so straightforward and non-bullshit and fuck you, you fucking fucks. You know, real people swear. They don't swear, whatever. Anyway, back to this place. Plans for this place. To keep costs to a minimum, I am not going to insulate this prior to winter or even during the winter. That is my plan. I'm factoring in the little bit extra of wood that I'm going to burn to keep this heated uninsulated is not going to be as expensive to me right now as insulating all of this would be, because I'm not ready to insulate it anyway. There's electrical things that need to be done, different outlets, whatever. I got to figure out where I want to put that stuff and sit down and do those things. That's not important right now. What's important right now for me is to get my machines up here and my lifts and get back to doing what I do. I have to teach my kids to do things. They've taken to their XR70s years back, and they're anxious to ride those again up here soon. Yeah, those bikes are way too small for them now. The kids are as tall as I am, but they want to just putt around the yard and stuff with them, and that's all good. But they need to learn to work on them themselves. I was never able to teach them any of that stuff in our old location. The cost was so astronomical to function there. You're always in a rush to make money. How can you sit down with your kid and patiently show them how to do something when you're worried about the next thousands of dollars worth of month's bills that are due? The place we left, the property taxes there, astronomical. What I had to pay in 1 month there in property taxes is what I pay here for a whole year. Think about that. And you people in New Jersey and stuff, oh, I love you guys, but wow, the taxes you're paying are fucking crazy. $11, $12, $15,000 a year in property taxes. What in the fuck are you getting for that? You're getting screwed is what you're getting. You're not getting that value back. That's no quality of life. Ugh. I got away from all of that crap. And people will say, oh, how can you live 45 minutes away from a grocery store. Oh, they fucking plan ahead. You make a trip to the store once every couple of fucking weeks. You stock up, you bring shit home, you put it in the freezer. Think ahead. We all stop thinking because there's so much going on and so much busyness in freaking this city and all. Slow down. All of it's unnecessary. Everybody working. 65 years old, working. 70 years old, working. What the fuck are you working for? Think about it. To pay your bills? What happened to the American dream? What happened to retirement and owning your home by then? You know, your mortgage was supposed to be paid. Your car was paid for. You got a nice little place, maybe modest. You know, you could live within your means off of your meager retirement. Nope. That's not there for most people. Not available. Most people are still working their asses off. Ugh. What have we done? What have we done? There's a lot more to that, but that's part of the story that comes later on. This is an update about this place. This space here. All that old magic. That all happened in 400 square feet. I had to build a 600 square foot garage out back just to store the motorcycles that were in line to be worked on in the 400 square foot shop. There's a lot of times my own bikes got put outside because there were so many bikes waiting to be worked on that there was no room. And I don't leave customer bikes outside. I'll leave my own if I have to, and I don't like doing that either. Machines I own and work on, they're not getting younger, neither am I. So I try to take care of them like I try to take care of myself. Get older and wiser. So, the canoe's funny. I don't know if it's in view or not. It's got these PVC pontoons on it that I thought would be kind of comical to make torpedo tubes, but get two canoes, two of them set up, kids could run around torpedoing each other, you know, harmless stuff, kind of like a Nerf torpedo. Anyway, so that's the plan. I have to decide what's coming up here first. And the wood stove goes in first. We got the wood stove yesterday. That's a little bit of a comical story. I bought a wood stove at a house right in the cove where the first battle of the the first naval battle of the American Revolution happened. Spot where some farmers stole a ship from the British and snuck it up to Whitneyville and then brought it back out and had it out with them. I don't know the whole story. Wood stove guy showed up and I bought a wood stove from him, which was actually smaller than what I thought I was going to get. Thought it was just like my old one. It's the same manufacturer, but it only has one air vent in the front instead of the dual ones. So Brandon has my old one. That's a fabulous wood stove. Keep it, B. Use it. use it. I have a little one that's actually going to work in here better. Um, this is just under 1,000 square feet. I'm excited. Just under 1,000 square feet. Can you imagine? I had a 400 square foot shop, and I built a 600 square foot garage behind it to store the bikes. Well, now I have it all combined into one building. No slogging through the mud or out in the rain or snow or any of that. Everything's in here. Everything can be in here now, which means my vehicles still get stuck outside, but what can you do? Suburban will be under a shelter. Maybe. Hopefully. So I don't want to make this too freaking long, and I can't see the time on there. I have to clean my bench off there again. Move it to the bench over here so I can clean and organize. I have ideas for how I want to arrange my tools, but I can't finalize that until I have my tools here. And while I toted my tools all over the damn country on this 9 months of limbo, most of 9 months of limbo, when we came back from Canada to New Hampshire, I unloaded most of the tools because we were just going to come to Maine and spend 2 or 3 weeks looking for an apartment to rent. And then go back waiting to find what we got and then pack and come back up. Well, we kind of thanks to my friend Tom, were introduced to a really good deal for a home. And here we are. Thanks, Tom. And thanks, Bob. Bob's the guy that left a bit early for us so we could get this family out of the damn RV. No complaints of the RV, but it was time to get out of the RV and into a house. My kids need to stretch. They're as tall as me now. So there's room. There's room. So I don't have my toolbox anymore. The GoPro just did wonky things on me. Turned itself off. Odd. You never plugged it in. Stupid fucktard. I think that's charging. Still going. That's a good sign. So, as I think most of you know, I sold my Snap-on box before we left for Canada. I smashed my elbows on that damn thing so many times. Oof. It hurts to think about it. I don't miss having a big toolbox. A big toolbox gets filled with shit. It immobilizes you. It sticks you in the damn shop. All your tools are there. What do you do when you go somewhere? Rummage through your drawers and take some of this and some of that and throw it in a bag to go? Ugh, that's terrible. Buy more tools and... No. I want to lay my tools out here. Not in a toolbox. I will have my tool cart that rolls around with drawers to have some common things in it, but the rest of the stuff should be at the bench. Most of what's going to happen is going on at the bench. my friend Van has a pretty ingenious tool wall in his little shop in Maryland, and I like that idea. So something like that would be pretty neat on the back wall. And if I find that I have so many tools that I need to overlap boards, people have suggested putting a window there. I don't really want to lose the tool storage space right there. There's some trees behind this shop that we're going to clear to get more sun on the back of the shop. And the west end has no windows. In keeping with the character of this building, I don't want to put windows in weird places, and so I want to find the same size windows, probably newer, because it's on the west end of the building and wind's gonna roll up. I expect wind to be rolling up through the fields in the winter, and you don't want drafty windows. Not on that side. So I want to find windows the same size as these and put them in the same location on the wall here, here, and just this side of the electrical box here. I'm going to take this project bench, move it here, so there's windows straddling each side. And the project bench, it's big enough for 4 or 5 people to sit at. You know, it's a sheet of plywood. If that's here against the wall with windows on each side, and that's the west, your sun's setting there, the sun's going to be beaming in through the 2 windows, illuminating the shop, giving a nice warm environment. The sun's going across the sky from east to west all day, and illuminating the shop. Noises out there. So, I mean, about distractions. I'm in paradise, and I can still get this still. What's going on? I guess it's water coming off the roof. Project bench here, windows, sun beaming in, illuminates the shop. It keeps you warm and happy all day. Not that I'm going to spend all day out here. But that way we'll have sunlight without blinding light. I can't have the window in front of us as we're sitting there working. And the plan is to use this bench as a video processing studio, kind of. Know what I mean? That's where I want to sit with my family and look at what's been filmed and edit it as need be, but really to help decide what's good, what's bad, and get some 3 other people's opinions what to put in these. Because I don't want to make these funny. This shit's kind of boring, so let's spice it up a little bit with some fucking humor, eh? I had ideas. A lot of them probably suck, but they're my ideas, and this isn't about you. This is about me, for fuck's sakes. This is my fucking channel. There's more to that. Me MW. It's not about you, it's about me. Me, my way. My way. So, family gets to sit there and we all get to do this silliness together. Unity. Unity. Not much traffic goes by. Like I said, there's about 10 cars, and what's that been? 2 so far? It is Friday, though, so we do have the. It is Friday. People are still camping. Good for them. So. I don't think I'm even going to move the bench for now, because if I'm not insulating yet, that means I'm not going to keep this warm all the time. Wood stove goes over there. Maybe I put the lawn tractor and the snowblower, a couple of bikes over here. I leave the project benches there because I'm going to have the saws and things going. There's things that have to be done. Little projects in the house, projects out here. It's just, if you're not bored yet, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You're not bored yet? Holy crap, I'm getting bored. If you're not bored yet, one of my plans here, I'm going to put a camera mount over the lift, so it can go around the lift. It's going to help me with 2 things. It's going to allow me to convey I just realized the lighting's probably horrible and I'm probably wasting all of this film because there's no light here, so I'm going to be just like dark face, but grotesque lack of outlets in this building. It truly is. I can't even put a freaking. I can't even plug this. Oh, you know what I can do? Hey, like I said, I'm not set up yet. Maybe this will help. Oh, is that better? Is that better? Sorry. I'm not a camera guy. I got ideas. I know how I want shit to look, but Jesus, you know, I'm gonna get all the lighting out and all this shit. I can't run that way. You know, the way it works is my day is going along and I'm doing something, and then I think, bing, geez, you know, one of my viewers said, we wish you do blah blah blah, and it's like, well, shit, all right, here I am doing something like that. So you want to see what real life is like around here for me and all of this? Well, here you go. So I just grab the camera and then, you know, usually find that maybe the battery's not fully charged, or I'll start filming and then I find the SD card's full, and I don't have a bank of freaking SD cards. I'm not a bank. I'm not freaking Mr. Moneybags. I can't run down to the store and buy 10 SD cards so I can fill them all up and make videos for everybody. You know, the videos that I put on YouTube, I don't make shit for money off of them. Thank you for watching them, and, you know, I'm appreciative of the advertising, little bit of advertising revenue that comes in, but, you know, yeah, you're not buying for what you make in a month. You're not going grocery shopping for a week. It's you know, it's not that much money. I'm talking a couple of $100 here each month if we're lucky, and there's lots of viewers that keep watching what they watch. So it's not a source of revenue. It helps out, certainly, and we have some people who are gracious enough to send us a donation through PayPal. Thank you, always appreciated. I'm hoping now that we're settled, when that happens again, that I'm able to write back or maybe even pick up the damn phone and call you. Phones. Do you want to hear a story about phones? Here's our phone situation. Years back, the wife and I each had an Android smartphone, blah, blah. You know, not top of the line, but it would sing and dance and do the bullshit. You know, it rings, it vibrates, you can text with it, you can email, you can get on the internet and take pictures and all this crap. I don't want all that fucking bullshit. So when I got sick and we really had to watch what the hell we were spending, I'm like, why are we spending $180 something every month on telephones? I remember when it was $10 a month for a landline. You know, ring, ring, ring. Hello? What they've done to us. People walking around. You go in a restaurant, I see people sitting there, you know, a table of friends, and they're all fucking texting each other. Look up! Look up, for Christ's sakes! Look people in the eye. Put your goddamn phone away. You're having a conversation with somebody, no phone. Turn it off. Take it off your person. It's bad for you. Want cancer? Stick that fucking thing by your fucking hip. Carry it around in a holster like a ding. Better yet, put it right in your pocket against your flesh. Phones. So we did away with these ridiculously expensive phone plan, and we went to monthly prepay. $30 a month. You text and call, same as before. Wow. Back to normal. So we went from $180 something a month down to $60 something a month. Nice savings. I don't use the phone very much. Well, when it comes time to go to, and we have this for a few years, a couple of years before we were going to Bruno's to Canada to help Bruno. And I look into, you know, I can't call Bruno with this phone. And he can't call me on this phone. So, and then we find that when we get to Canada, it won't work, and true enough, when we get to Canada, our phones don't work. Can't text, can't call, nothing. Can't even get into your account. Nothing. They don't work. You've crossed the wall. You did not have permission. You did not pay your admission. You crossed the wall. Your phone will not work. As soon as we cross back into the United States, bing, phone works. We could renew our accounts, all that crap, get it paid up, and, you know, pay our next month. We were all paid up, pay in advance. We just couldn't renew the plan while we were in Canada because we couldn't get on the phone. So anyway, we're back here. Phones work. Here we are now in Maine. Just in Maine, you know, next state over from New Hampshire, where we're our Verizon phones don't work. We can only text. We can text out, we can receive text, but can't call. And that's okay. We've adapted with that. I get internet here, because the internet's good. I get internet, or I'm told the internet's good. I go to the phone company to get internet, and you have to get a landline to get internet. Okay, you know, this is an expense, a little bit more of an expense than I was anticipating, because now I got to get a phone and internet, and I was hoping to just do internet. We don't do television, and it's not here anyway. There's no cable. You got to stream online, which is fine. Anyway, back to the story. So I get the landline. Well, you have to choose different plans for the landline, and I don't want to spend much money. You know, we're kind of starting over here, so I got to keep the expenses to a minimum. trying to keep them to a minimum. So I go with the cheap phone plan, which really only allows us to call within the next 2 towns, real local. The rest are all a fee within Maine. More of a cost per minute the farther out you get. I can't call out of state. I have to pick an out of state long distance calling plan. It's like the old days. Remember when they fucking toppled the phone industry and it all went to shit and you had everybody buying different land. Oh. The late 80s, early 90s. Oh my. So you got to sign up for a long distance phone plan with another carrier to piggyback on your landline with the local carrier. I don't want to deal with all of that right now. I'm just trying to get my life going here and my family settled. So I don't want to deal with the long distance carrier right now. So I can't call out. I can't call out. You can call in, but I can't call out. So I think the solution's going to be we're going to switch carriers for the cell phones, and then my cell phone number will work again, and I can be reached that way, or a message can be left for me that way. Right now, it's hard to reach me. You can only get me by email. And I guess that's okay for now, because there's a lot to do. I've got a lot to do. What's that? Like an ATV. Somebody bringing their trash out. It's trash day. Yes, it's someone on. Oh, it's a UTV. It's peaceful here. I haven't had this kind of peaceful neighborhood since I was like 12 years old. I grew up in a quiet little place that really didn't have many people around. So tight on this street, I'm gonna break it. Don't want to break it. And the cool thing is we're not right on an ATV trail or anything, so we don't have all the ATV and the snowmobile traffic. Well, I don't know about the snowmobiles yet, it's not snowing. We have dirt roads right here that lead to the ATV trails, so good for the kids. Good for the kids. Incredible place. I'm really looking forward to taking you all for a walk around the yard and geez, this is just a nice place. I'm really happy. I'm really happy here. Kids are happy here. The wife is absolutely thrilled. Just it's nice to see her smile and be happy. She's put up a lot over these years. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for her. I got a good woman. get for kicking it. Shouldn't have needed. Water. I pretty much only drink spring water for quite a while now. That was all part of me getting better. Gotta watch what water you buy. No purified water. What the fuck they purifying? Taking everything out of it. That's a whole. The water's a whole different story. That all goes with the story. Lighting. Lighting is lighting. I don't know how this is going to look on video, so you know, this is the first time I use the GoPro in here and the first time I do this, so be thankful I at least set the fucking camera down, right? It's not shaking and all over the freaking place. I don't know how the lighting is going to be yet, and my ideas in here, I guess I can turn this so you're not looking out the side of the freaking screen when I get into this here. I'm thinking of running a curtain here and here. So with the lift in the middle and my camera mount and my workbench and the white garage door behind it all, I have kind of a decent little film studio in that, let's say I hang tan colored painter's canvas for my curtains. I got a light color all the way around me. The lighting will be a question of what works for my head and my eyes, and what looks good on camera. I posted the video a while back about these LEDs and how I don't like them. They give me a headache. It's not the color, just the color of the light. It's LEDs. I don't like them. I'm an incandescent bulb guy. I like sunlight, natural light. I know you can get these in the fake artificial color, but give me real light from a real source. I'd rather work next to a burning fire than next to one of these fucking LED lights. I don't like these things. You know, I had issues with fluorescent lights for the last few years in the shop, in the old shop, and we changed them a few times, and I still wasn't happy with them. I spent a lot of fucking money upgrading my fluorescents from T12s to T8s, and I got rid of them all. I don't like them. Ugh. No. So I put in incandescent bulbs, incandescent lights, using the spotlights and floodlights, and found that to be much more comfortable, much warmer, of course, on video, more comfortable for me to work in. So I don't know what's going to happen in here. Again, keeping costs to a minimum, I may just have to reposition these over there and suffer with them. But I imagine I'm gonna grab a few clamp lights and supplement these with some incandescent light, maybe balance it out. So I'll work on lighting, and when I reach that point, I'm gonna throw a video out that maybe looking for some people's opinions and a little bit of assistance with lighting. But I can't really do that, and I can't put that info in my head yet until I get the shop set where I need to be, so that I can do what I need to do and get it on video for you. That's my plan. I'm not getting any fucking younger here. I got info to share, and you newer guys, you guys that are new to these old BMWs, tell me that there isn't much info out there. I'm hailed as some magical, mythical guru or something. I'm just me. I'm just me. I'm just a fucking ding-dong K-bike rider that ended up fucking wrenching these things. And then not riding enough. And then not riding at all. I want to ride next year. I really do. I gotta ride next year. My kids want to ride next year. We need to ride next year. We're gonna ride next year. So I gotta do shit this winter. Ta-da! So once my little spot is set up, I don't have the funds to. I can't justify the expense to do this floor and horse mat yet. The rubber horse mats like I did in the old shop. I really want to do the whole floor in here because man, it makes a big difference with heat and dust and noise and comfort. It's so much better on my freaking beat up legs, especially my knees and feet. But they're $40 a sheet, and I haven't calculated how many sheets go into 1,000 square feet. We spent about $800 last time, years back, when Sean and I put the rubber horse mats in the 400 square foot shop. That was like $800 or so. What a difference. Man, that helped. But that's going to have to wait, because that's a lot of coin that ain't there right now. So once that area is set up and I can get an idea how it's going to look in the lighting, things will look better. Things will look better. Things will look better, and it's also going to give me, I'll move you yet again. It also leaves me this surface, which I'm going to insulate, but I'll have some sort of board here where I can draw to, as I'm explaining some things, I can draw them out. I'm not an artist. I'm not going to, there's some cool guys on there that no. Right? I don't know. No, not like that. But I want to be able to point things out and maybe put things up to show what we're doing, why it needs to be done, and whatnot. Travel yet again. No air miles here. Points, whatever the fuck they do. Hey, it don't reach. No, it doesn't. Oh, it sit on the tractor. Wood stove, hello. Ah, it's raining. It's drizzly. Wood stove is gonna sit right here. So some hot air around. I'm gonna have to get some more wood. Got a cord and a half or so in the woodshed now. It's gonna be about probably gonna need another 3 cord of wood for this winter, 3 or 4 anyway. So the wood stove here at an angle, it leaves me these shelves to put things that would be okay in a warm, cold environment. Because as I stated, if I'm not going to insulate this, I'm certainly not going to run the wood stove 24/7. I think I'm gonna craft a nice schedule where I'm out here 2 or 3 days maybe. I get some good video material, and then we'll move on back to the house and do my video work in there. Let's try this. And do my video work in there. Hey, you grew. Taller than me now. Kids will laugh at that one. Old bones. Old bones. Old man's got old bones. My knee surgeon said to me when I was 35 years old, Chris, you got a 35-year-old man's body put on a 70-year-old skeleton. That was 20 years ago. So does that mean I'm on a 90-year-old skeleton now? Or did it double from then? I actually feel pretty damn good for the arthritic, beat-up carcass that I have. This eating better and only drinking water and a little bit of wine once in a while. All good. All good. Good things. Good things. I didn't put this here. I didn't put this here. I put this there. I didn't put the cord up there where it was before. It's a previous guy's stuff. Bob's a really nice guy. Bob let the kids use his UTV and ATV. Thank you, Bob. You have no idea what a big smile you've put on those kids' faces. They've been real good. They're good, respectful boys, and they were a little worried because they got a little bit of mud on them because we've had some rain here finally, and the roads were a little bit mucky up on Alligator. They haven't been off road; they've only been on the dirt roads. And oh, we got them muddy, Dad. We're sorry. We'll clean them up. They're having a blast. I'm so happy to see. They've put up with a lot of shit over the last 9 months, and here we are, the paradise that I talked about for the last 3 years. Man, it took a lot to get here. It took a lot to get here. It cost a lot to get here. mentally, physically, financially. But we're here. We're here. We're here, and starting over, and while not starting from scratch, but starting over in a good way with better outlook. A better outlook, because there's a better chance. It's a better chance of staying happy here for a while. It's quiet. How many cars have you heard go by in this too fucking long of a video? 3? And a UTV? I mean, go back and watch any of my old videos in the old shop. Listen to all the fucking traffic outside. The weed whackers, the lawn mowers, the leaf blowers, the beep, 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 beep of the fucking trucks backing up, the cars going by, banging over the manhole cover, the dump, the dump, the dump, the dump, the dump, the dump. Oh, how the fuck's anybody supposed to think? They don't want you to think. That's the whole point. They don't want you to think. They want you to stay real busy and just keep marching along like a good little slave soldier. Go to your job, pay your bills, go to your job, pay your bills, go to your job, pay your bills, go to your job, pay your bills. What are you paying all the bills for? Why do you have all those bills? Why in the fuck are you paying $6,000 a year property tax for 1/2 an acre of land? Wow. A 1/2 acre. That's all I had at the old place. 0.5. $6,000 a year in property taxes. Plus, mortgage and rest of the debt and bad decisions and home repairs, and geez, good thing I've got some friends that help with home repairs. Rick, Mark, Alan. Rest in peace, Alan. There's others that my brain just stopped. Hey, think of all these friends that have died. I'm in my 50s, and I got a lot of friends who have died already. Cancer, suicide, other illnesses. It's pretty shitty. Shitty way to go. Shitty way to go. Say no, that ain't the way I go. You look at expenses in life, and wow, how much of my time, my blood and sweat has to be expended to pay for something. Do you really think about that before you make a purchase of any kind? How much pain do I have to go through to buy this shit meal at McDonald's? It kills me. I see people go to McDonald's, a family of 5, and I'm going back a few years too. $70 fucking dollars. If my $70 to feed 5 people at McDonald's, what the fuck are you buying? A big jug of death? Supersize Diet Coke. Stuff's not good for you, people. Water. You're all fucking outside. You're getting sick. Water. The expenses. When I realized that $125 every fucking week was coming out of my pocket to pay a town to oversalt the roads when it wasn't even gonna be cold, plow the roads when it isn't even snowing, race off with fire engines with screaming sirens when they weren't even going anywhere but to the next fire station, where they turn around and come back with the sirens and the lights on again and park their little shiny red toy inside and feel all proud. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not paying for that kind of horse shit anymore. No, thank you. All done. Here, there's none of that. None of that. And you know what you hear? Listen. You hear none of that. None. None of the bullshit that you have to hear in my other videos of the fucking noise from outside. Ooh. So it's Friday. It's people are still camping, so maybe we have 15 or 20 cars go by today. I had more than that go up my dead-end street where the old shop was. Every day. Every day. I miss some of my old neighbors. A little bit. But they all moved away too. That's the funny thing. Yeah, most of them moved away before I got out of there. Geez, the noise. Everybody left. The wave was there. We, if we were going to escape what was coming, that was the time to go. So we went. We went. And wasn't trying to read what the hell was on my dry erase board here. RV notes. RV, get propane. Pick up the blocks. And set up something. Old stuff. How long has this been going? Holy crap. 45 minutes. Plus whatever was going on before. So this is like an hour. If this doesn't bore you to fucking tears, thanks. I wouldn't think this is all that freaking interesting, but here it is. This poor thing came with a house. Somebody really took a big chunk out of the hood. Damien asked me, he's like, Dad, are you going to order a new hood? I'm like, jeez, no. I can't imagine John Deere still makes a hood for the 345. And that's not money I need to be spending right now. No. So I'm not worried about tractor right now. Cosmetics on tractor are the least of my concerns. But it's cool because these are the questions, the kids are starting to ask. They're starting to notice these things, and geez, I just realized, what did they have as little kids? Those little ride-on John Deere tractors with the trailer. This thing's got the trailer. Oh, man. Oh, that's going to be funny. Could have some videos of them. I have videos of them as kids riding around on their little John Deere tractors. And they can be on the big one. I love my boys. They're really good kids. I got damn lucky. Damn lucky. Don't know that I deserve to be that lucky, but I got damn lucky. Yeah, great kids. Inside learning right now, learning and learning. Every day is learning. Every day you learn something. Make that a point in your life. Every day learn something. Pay attention to something. You know, be aware of something you weren't aware of before. There's a lot going on. A lot going on, and there's a whole lot of fucking people that aren't aware of what's going on. But that I get into later with the story. And with my mount for the camera, I can tell the story while I'm doing the shop setup, while I'm setting the shop up. I can tell the story, perhaps. Because when I talk, I walk. I gotta keep walking while I still can. It's tough to watch Bruno struggle to get around, you know, with that determination. He'd get to where he needed to walk to, but you could see it taking its toll with each step. So, I'm gonna enjoy my walking while I can. Yeah, no running. Can't be beating these fucking joints. Running. I never got that. A lot of you probably run. That's okay. Get into the health aspect of this whole story. I will be discussing gyms and exercise programs and things like that, and why I didn't use any of them, and I don't advocate for anything like that. If you're eating the wrong food, which all of us are to varying degrees, if you're eating the wrong food, all the exercise in the world is not going to make you better. It's going to make you worse. You exercise, you're driving up your appetite. And what do? You go and you eat more bad food? You ever wonder why you go to those gyms and a lot of these people are not in shape? They got muscles and stuff, but they're bigger than their carcass is supposed to be carrying. Think of it, if you're overweight, let's say all you did was changed what you eat. Stop eating the bad foods and start eating the good foods. And when you start eating the good foods, suddenly you find you're eating smaller portions. How could that be? Because maybe the other food that you were eating didn't really have any nutrition in it. have examples of that. Not now. So when you start eating better food, you actually eat less. Your stomach's smaller. Your stomach shrinks. You're not eating all the time. Some days you don't eat at all because you're not hungry. You're just not hungry. Why eat if you're not hungry? I don't understand this American mentality of rolling out of bed and shoveling food in their faces. I grew up, that's what we do. Not my household. We don't eat breakfast. Breakfast is like, the kids might eat at 9 o'clock or something. I generally don't eat till 11 in the morning. People roll out of bed and shovel food right now. Oh, I need the fuel for work. Why? You eat less. You start losing weight. Your body is burning off all of those bad, potentially cancerous fucking fat cells that you've accumulated. Yeah, I got a little 20 pounds of extra weight from this 9 months of driving around the fucking country waiting to get where we ended up here. 9 months of bad food. Well, not all bad food, but we had a hard time finding the kind of food that we had been eating for the last few years at home. Better foods, better quality foods, less processed food. Man, America eats a fuck of a lot of processed food. It's everywhere. Holy fucking shitballs. This country is fat. Fat, fucking fat. Fat, unhealthy. Look around, people. Why the fuck are we all so fat and unhealthy? Because we're eating bad fucking food. They're poisoning us. Who's they? Who's they, I hear? The cocksuckers that run the world. Monsanto, Nestle. Like, you can... I'm going to put a link in this video. I'm going to put maybe two links in the bottom in the description. Click on those and watch that. If you've hung in this fucking long, over an hour now, because I got 54 minutes or something on the camera now. So this is going to be an over hour long video if it even makes it up. Click on those two links when you're done. And listen to what they're telling you. People that run the world are poisoning us. We're to be done with. We are a surface nuisance, as George Carlin so appropriately said years ago. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to George Carlin and several other old comedians who were brave enough to speak the truth to the masses. George had it right. If you listen to anything George said, George wasn't fucking bullshitting. He wasn't bullshit. It's all bad for you. It really is. It's all fucking bad for you. Man. So, 20 extra pounds plus ice cream, you know. Summertime and ice cream. So, glad summer's gone now. Summer's gone, fall is here, my most favorite time of year, and that was not intended as a rhyme, by the way. It's just the way shit tumbles out of my head sometimes. It's probably a court chest or what the fuck, the The dickhead that runs along in Monty Python singing when before they run into the Black Knight. Oh, I can't think of what they're called. Anyway. Had enough yet? Throw some comments in if you'd like. I try to answer everybody. It's not always easy. It's not always easy. There's definitely a backlog. There's quite a backlog. I should make this whole video a test to see how many people actually make it to the end. You want to know something funny? The first motorcycle that's going to arrive in this shop, guess what it is? Come on, think about it. No, it's not an Airhead. It's not even a bike that I normally would work on. Oilhead or a K-bike. My dear friend Jake, who lives up here in Maine and has been another instrumental part in helping this happen, bought a very old 1984 Honda GL 1200 Goldwing that I don't believe he's ever even ridden. The seller sent it off to a shop because it wasn't running right. And I guess it's turned into a shit show since then of stories that just don't make sense about valve problems and all kinds of things, even though the bike runs, I guess. So it's gonna come here. I don't want to see him screwed over with this bike. We're gonna go get it tomorrow and bring it here. And when I'm set up and ready, I'm gonna work on it. Just break the hour, yeah, just over an hour. I'm gonna get it here and I'll work on it at some point and figure out what's going on with it. Will I video that one? I don't know. You guys don't want to watch that, do you? Hello? Hello? Is there anybody left? Everybody's gone. I knew nobody would stay around that long. You'd be crazy to. Why the fuck would you stick around listening to this asshole babble for a fucking hour and whatever minutes? 60 minutes of your life. 60 minutes of your life. How much blood, sweat, and tears does it cost you in an hour? How much do your slave masters, how hard do your slave masters make you work in an hour? Your free time, nobody's really free, your free time should be spent doing something you enjoy. So if you've enjoyed this, spending this hour plus listening to me, thank you. That's pretty damn cool. But if you haven't and you're already gone, that's cool too, because you're probably out doing much better shit than listening to me. So if you're still listening to me, it's because you really care, and you wanted to maybe gain something, some knowledge something that tumbled out of my head might have helped you. I hope. I hope. Isn't that the point? That why I do this shit? It certainly ain't for profit. Oh. I'm gonna do something before I turn this off. Isn't that better? Natural light. Well, it's an incandescent bulb, but mimics sunlight. Not like that fucking thing over there. It mimics a parking lot, freaking light at a shopping center. Thank you. Go now. Thank you very much. I've spent enough of your time. So long. I'll have more soon, don't worry. I'll try to make it shorter too. Bye.